Alright, welcome back, Internet. We're still playing Go Nippon, game about Japan and trips there. And talking about other things in the meantime. So, in this episode, I guess we're going to Kyoto. Oh, wallets. Yep. Alright, because we're making an overnight trip to Kyoto. Or 2 days, 1 night. Oh man, here's the train station. The Shinkansen!
She should have made that jacket a little bigger in the chest if she wanted to zip it up.
Well, her sister made it. And I guess they're kind of butts to each other. I'm guessing again, maybe it fits properly and she's just doing this weird thing with her hands.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know. It could be some Rob Liefeld design here. And of course, yeah, this guy is fired up about everything. I get to sleep in a tatami room? I get to ride a train?
Haven't we already rode a train? Oh no, we're riding the super fast
train. Yeah, we're riding the bullet
now.
train, okay. Which, correct me if I'm wrong, isn't the bullet train, isn't that a maglev?
I thought so. I thought it was lifted off the ground by magnets.
And then it's accelerated like a railgun?
We should just change this LP into looking up actual interesting things about the things that they're talking about and just replacing the dialogue with actual information about Japan.
So you're saying
here's a couple of facts and some wacky shenanigans.
So what you're saying is instead of playing this game, we should just LP Wikipedia.
Yes.
I think we're disappointing the fans. I don't think we're suffering enough.
I think
we gotta stay into it. The fans deserve it.
Okay.
Oh man,
we're
I guess.
distracted.
The Tokaido Shinkansen. Yes, that's how you fucking pronounce it, like it's fucking spelled. I mean, I love this game. There's 3 kinds of them. There's the Nozomi, Hikari, and the Kodama. And then there's... Okay, yeah. Yep. Huh, so that's 250 kilometers per hour. I don't know how fast that is in miles per hour. I guess less than that, like 200 kilometers per hour maybe.
Something like that.
I guess as a point of comparison, the train, like the regular ass train I ride to and from Chicago to Aurora travels at a max speed of maybe like 60 miles an hour. So yeah, that's fast for a train. It is actually faster than a car. Okay, so this is like Amtrak. It's like buying a plane ticket basically. Also, I'm really wondering what these I guess this is like when trains come in. I thought both of these said 1623 and that was weird. Okay, and today we made our first major purchase in Japan apparently.
Yeah, this is what, about 130
Yeah,
bucks?
it's at 130.34. Sorry, Kevin, what were we gonna say?
I was gonna say I wasn't sure what the conversion rate on that was.
Yeah, no, remember we punched the conversion rate from dollars to yen in the first time we played.
Yeah, I just can't remember what it was anymore.
Yeah, I don't remember. It probably has changed a little.
I seem to. I think it's somewhere about 100 yen.
Yeah,
as a
it's
dollar.
like a yen to cent.
It's in that range.
Okay.
I think it's recently the cent has become weaker than the yen a little bit. But I think we fluctuate a lot now, like the Canadian dollar as well.
Oh, wonderful! I can't wait.
Cool. So it's either that the sun comes in from the left side, or that there's cool stuff to look at on the right side.
I'm crossing my fingers for Mount Fuji.
Oh yeah, that's possible. Huh. Alright, well, and also probably because adding, like, supplies like food and all that stuff adds weight.
Yeah.
And, yeah, I mean, honestly, like, that's like any transit, like, any train station, you will, you can buy things like pretzels.
Yeah.
You can eat them noisily on microphone. But yeah, there's also a lot of, I mean, train stations in the U.S. You can buy fast food and stuff like that too. I mean, it's got a food court normally. Oh, there's a stop that here's a restaurant at. Oh, we bought $8 of lunch. Shinkansen.
And not counting the $130 train.
Yeah,
ticket.
no. So we spent $138 today. We can actually see what our total expenditures today have been. 138.17, and our total expenses. So today accounts for more than like 3/4 of our expenses.
Yeah.
Shinkansen, 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 Shinkansen.
It's comparable prices to Amtrak with like triple the service.
Oh man, she is standing way too close to the edge of the platform. Oh, yep, there it is. I forgot that looks like a spaceship. I was like that that windscreen.
I was briefly wondering if we were gonna school days it, just give her a little shove on the track.
That's if you only go Akira.
Me and your little sister are supposed to be together.
Let's not talk about school days anymore. It's like a smart train.
That is a perfectly fair request.
You can tell it's fast just by looking at it.
Yep. It's almost like it's designed aerodynamically for the speed it travels. Well, that's probably, yeah, adding better materials and stuff like that. Oh, and now we're getting on the train. And did they make assets for the train ride? Yes.
Oh wow, they did.
We got a Hanna-Barbera tree line here.
Like a screen and a half of a tree line. Yeah.
Although I guess the mountains, maybe there's.
They probably repeat.
Yeah, I wonder.
Not quite yet, but soon, I'm sure.
Holy crap! Somebody's actually acknowledging that we're a spaz. like they finally noticed.
Oh, yep, they do. The mountains do repeat. Yeah, I kind of wish that Akira had showed us to the tatami room where we'd be sleeping. Oh, actually 300 kilometers per hour. I was way off. I guess because it makes a bunch of stops. It makes 2 stops, and that takes time.
Yeah, probably. I was gonna say, that's definitely not the same thing they said earlier.
And it will, okay, yeah, this is also the same thing.
Okay, even
this is the same thing with
American trains.
Yeah, this is the same thing as Amtrak.
The game's not that old. It can't justify that level of.
I will say,
time disconnect.
I will say that Metra is not like that, but that's because on Metra you're only ever on it for a maximum of like 80 minutes. Oh, there's some flirting. She's telling him he's a spaz. He's saying that he's not. It's clearly young love.
Yeah, clearly.
Gonna learn.
Right side of the train. Why do we care?
What's coming? Oh. Yep. Glad I'm not a betting man.
Ah, yeah.
The greatest mountain.
He's describing
Third game ending, you get together with Mount Fuji.
He's describing this like a man would describe a woman.
Maybe. What kind of woman do you describe as peaceful and solemn?
I'm just saying. He's just talking. He's talking about those.
I don't know, a monarch of some
Those
kind?
gentle slopes.
We just turn into the movie Volcano as Mount Fuji suddenly erupts. Survival game to get out of Japan alive.
Remember when all those fucking volcano movies came out? Weren't there like 3?
I know there was at least 2 because it was like Dante's
Yeah.
Peak and then Volcano shortly after
Yeah,
that.
Dante's Peak's the one I remember better. There's the grandma that they go into the lake made of sulfuric acid and it eats the boat prop, and the grandma has to jump in the water to save them.
For no reason.
And, well, she's old, and she's old, and apparently is also Jack LaLanne. And I guess also that's the same thing that people say about. That's the same thing they say about the volcano at Yellowstone. Except that one's even worse because when that one erupts, it will cause nuclear winter.
Rubber due for a ton of stuff like that. Ice ages, the switching of the magnetic
Well,
poles.
switching magnetic poles is like still happening. Like magnetic
Yeah.
north is somewhere in the Atlantic right now. I don't know if
Yes,
Sounds like
our
a-
anime and manga nerd is going to climb Mount Fuji.
yes.
I don't know, there's that huge, like, basic tourist industry on Everest now.
Yeah, that there actually have to be people to clean up to clean up all the trash left on Everest.
Yeah. People
Yeah.
cleaning up the trash, big lines where you can't go any farther till more people come down.
Yeah. Although I know that there's on the big island, or not the big island of Hawaii, the island that is called Kauai, I believe. There is that's the one that's mostly nature and forests. And oh man, we're doing the ellipsis going outwards. But there's a big mountain on there that has 3 summits, I think. And on the first summit is so easy to get to. There's actually picnic tables, and a lot of people have weddings there and stuff. For over 1,000 years. Asahi Sober Dry.
Huh. I wonder what the hell that means.
Don't know. I guess it's the name of a thing. The Edo period. Huh. Oh man, we're actually mentioning Japanese history, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh. So the shogun was more of a figurehead, while the power lies with the prime minister.
We should still have formal shoguns. That'd be nice. Well, not that we ever had them, but we should establish the position.
American shogunate.
Yes, exactly. That's so much
only-
cooler than Secretary of Defense.
That I can't disagree. That would be a much. Only if they also have to wear the helmet.
Yeah, they have to wear the face masks and the helmets.
They're the only person that has to do that, though.
Yeah.
What?
We can just theme every office after a different country.
Okay, so she just said,
Yeah.
yo, you want to see the town instead of listening to us talk. She's like, how did you know that?
Shut up, I'm gonna get with the easy sister. Too much work.
I don't know. We could get with the one. Look, I'm just gonna say, the one that's cooking won't kill us gets my vote.
I mean,
Why? We just eat everything right from a convenience store anyway.
yeah, no, those stores
Well-
are sure convenient. Also, I don't know, we could just learn to fucking cook. It's not that hard,
That could
it's not
be
that hard,
too.
people.
But that would come awfully close to giving us a distinguishing trait, and we can't.
Oh, right, yeah. I don't know, we already have a trait that we know stuff about manga, but not very much about Japan. We know as much about Japan as it comes to samurai, apparently.
Where do we start?
Now, I wonder if we pick places in Kyoto? Oh, nope.
Oh, we have to pay before we're allowed to know where we're going.
Well, yeah, of course. Dera means temple. Okay.
Huh. They've only shown like 4 words that way.
Yeah,
Actually explain the meaning.
I think they're doing it with a lot of the suffixes because they're basically part of the name.
yeah, just like the names of streets and the names of food and phrases that people say. Hmm.
Another goddamn fire.
There's no building in America that's that old, because there's no America that old.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know if... Probably not stone buildings, but there were,
I mean, if you want to,
European
settlements.
settlements. Of
yeah.
that
I mean, I
age.
guess if you, yeah. Although, I mean, we're talking like basic colonies. I think at that point.
Yeah. Jump from the stage at Kiyomizu. Oh, okay. He knew the phrase, but not the that it was this Kiyomizu.
Apparently.
From where to where? Oh,
Or was
okay.
it saying over
That's
the
a-
railing?
Yeah, I guess.
Is it what's down there? Is it just ground?
I guess,
Or
yeah,
like
it's-
a hillside?
is there like
It's prob-
I mean, it's like if it'd be one thing if it was water or there's like a lake or pond or something down there, but
I guess you just jump and just jump.
Well, maybe not. Maybe there is water.
I guess only consists of narrow streams. So
Yeah.
A fountain of youth.
that was the part you picked up on.
Also, that's another. You know that there's actually still a functioning aqueduct in Rome.
Huh.
There's one that the barbarians did not destroy because it goes underground, and that is actually still pumping
Nice.
water, and that water is actually potable.
Huh.
And I used it to fill my my water bottle when I was there. Like all the
That's cool.
fountains and all the things that are connected to it still work.
Nice.
Gulp, gulp.
Gold. It's really delicious.
Whoops.
Wow,
Man,
they're both assholes.
none of our wishes are coming true. Both temples we've been to, we've been denied our blessings. Uh,
Another $2.
yep. That is sure a pagoda. Oh, nope, it's another thing.
An alternative reading of Terra.
Huh. Kinkakuji. I'm guessing that these are different meanings for different kinds of temples.
Probably. Let me explain it all. Why don't you tell us all about
Leave it to me. Huh.
Put to death.
And then the Shogun fixed it up, and he called it Rokuonji. Yes.
Is that really what happened?
Yes. This isn't all I know. Huh. So like the other temple, it's burned down at least once. Oh. Huh.
Huh.
Some award-winning commentary.
Yep. Award winning.
It's not. I guess it's not giving us enough things to make fun of.
Really? I
Yeah,
mean,
no,
it's hard to criticize the game nor too much into legit talking about
Yeah.
history.
Yeah.
They'll say, "Wow, you named the story about the burning of Kinkakuji. That was some clever naming, Japanese
Oh,
novelist."
there's a novel. It's been translated into a bunch of other languages. Oh, huh. So it actually does have gold on it. Yeah, people from Europe refer to everything as something of gold.
I'm gonna look something up quick because I read a book or part of a book for a class ages and ages ago called Temple of the Golden Pavilion. And I wonder if that's referring to this.
The Kinkakuji or the Rokuonji.
Did Marco Polo make it to Japan?
I don't know.
Oh no, that was in fact the book they're referring to. Yep, Temple of the Golden Pavilion is Kinkakuji, the book that they were talking about.
Okay.
So
Hey,
cool.
So you've read
I
part of the book.
Huh?
So you've read part of the book?
I have.
Interesting. Well, I mean, when I came here, I really wasn't interested in seeing the town, but I mean, you know, it's actually cool.
Back to that music. They have like 3 soundtracks.
Yeah, and it's all kind of muzak.
Yeah. Even the smallest shops in town.
Hmm. You know, in that vein, there's there's a city in Hawaii whose name I can't remember, but they want to keep everything looking traditional, and so but they want to have modern amenities as well. So one of the things they do is that any business can make a place there, so long as they make it look old. So you'll see like McDonald's and 7-Elevens that have carved wood signs.
That's pretty cool. Sort of.
There's also a lot of...
There's a place like that here in Cincinnati, the richest part of town. You can't build new buildings.
Huh.
So the standard is you tear down everything but one wall and build your new house around it.
Nice. There's also a lot of shrimp trucks in Hawaii. Or there's a lot of shrimp shacks. And it's interesting, they make them like look really rustic by like putting them in they'll put it in like a bus that's like had the wheels removed and is like sitting on a foundation, and it seems really like old and rustic, and then you realize that they take credit cards.
Yeah, but who doesn't anymore? I take credit cards.
There's a lot of places. If you go to Chinatown, most of those places are cash only.
And I guess that makes sense. It can be pricey.
Yeah. Oh right, yeah, the Kansai dialect, which is what.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that name because that's what Osaka speaks in Azumanga Daioh. I
Yeah.
don't remember.
It's often it's often in things that have voiced. It's often transliterated as either a southern accent, or more recently the trend has been Brooklyn accent.
Yeah, no, that's the thing that's interesting about Azumanga Daioh is in the manga, Osaka is translated as having a Brooklyn accent, which actually works because she has like a catchphrase that she says sometimes, and it works because if you do a Brooklyn accent, you can translate that to "forget about it." But in the animated series, they translated her voice to a southern accent,
Yeah,
and then they
probably.
because that's the other way you can interpret it, and it makes more sense for the character in that because she's like, I guess I don't want to be like insulting to Southerners, but she's kind of slow and ditzy, and the lazy pace of the voice kind of fits the character better.
They were going for the rural hick stereotype, basically.
Yeah, but it doesn't work so.
I'm from Cincinnati. I've been looked down upon by a Georgian for being from a backwoods town.
Ow.
It's true. Cincinnati's basically Georgia.
Basically, all of Georgia crammed into a single place. But I know there's a phrase that is said in Kansai that like, or it's in Mansai comedy, and it comes from Kansai speakers a lot. That just, I don't remember what it is, but it comes out as "what the heck." And it doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean anything in English, which is why in manga they translate it to "forget about it" or something like that. But in the Azumanga Daioh animation, there's no southern phrase that's like that fits like that. That just kind of has that sort of vibe, and so they just have them say, "Yeah, what the heck." Which it doesn't work.
Oh, is that yada yada?
It might be. It's been a while since I watched the show in Japanese.
Either.
There's also a whole thing about Japanese shops that I remember from reading from a guy who worked at Kotaku, who used to work in Japan, and he talked about like working and living in Japan. There are a bunch of things that annoyed him. One thing is that a lot of shops will have a guy that stands on a. Apparently, we'll have a guy that stands on a ladder with a megaphone, who just keeps yelling, "Please come into the store," every time somebody opens the doors or something like that. And the guy asks somebody in the store, like, why is that guy doing that? And it's like, oh, well, it's like traditional, like back during the market stall era, there would be a guy whose sole purpose was to say, hey, you come into the store. And it's like, yeah, but it doesn't make any sense anymore. Like, that guy isn't doing anything. And the person just kind of looked at him.
They're already in the store.
Yeah, and the person kind of looked at him as like, oh, you just don't get it.
Nope.
Yep.
Oh, they're so good at flirting.
Do you both wish we spoke Kansai, fucker? Also, Manzai Company. Okay. Well, Internet, next time we'll go check out this one last place today, tomorrow, next week. Until then, good night. Have a pleasant tomorrow, next week, whenever.